Uh, uh. Now Nathan gets to interview Breevie. This is going to be great. Usually it's the other way around. So today you're on the spotlight, sir. For those who don't know, Breevie is the content creation factory inside of Avalanche. So he is the single greatest stage on CT. So if you're not listening to Breevie's rants, I don't even know if you're in crypto. So that's the introduction there. And then you work at a company. You also do work for a company called GoGoPool.
I do work at a company.
You do work at a company, a protocol, if you will. And GoGoPool, I've been following for some time. The way I think about GoGoPool is that it reduces the barrier to entry to run subnets, both monetarily. You don't need 2,000 AVAX, which is super cool, and it makes the infrastructure to run subnets super easy to build.
Yeah.
So today we're going to go through how to be Breevie in Web3. So this is content creation by Breevie in Web3.
In Web3, baby. Dude, what an excellent intro, Nathan. Thank you so much.
We gotta keep it up.
Yeah. What's everyone out there, man? Thank you, everybody, for coming through today. Let's get this thing started, my friends. We're going to talk about content creation in Web3. First things first, we're going to talk about who am I? I've been in crypto for 4 years now. I hosted the Mighty Whale podcast, interviewed over 40 Terra Luna projects / builders. Yes, I am an ex-Terra Luna maxi, so we all know how that ended.
You've just changed your maximalism to the right place.
Yes. I have not changed up being a maxi at all. Now I'm just an AVAX maxi. Well, subnet maxi more specifically.
Oh, here we go.
I host the AVAX ecosystem space for anyone out there. We host it every Wednesday at 3 p.m. EST. Nathan is also one of the hosts as well. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm also on GoGoPool's marketing team. So I handle the digital marketing strategies as well as kind of the direction of our content. So anything that you've seen on the GoGoPool Twitter as far as like promo videos, like these day in the life videos and creating the strategies to help promote different things about our brand, it's me and a team. And a team, of course, we have a team as well. I am not the only one. But yeah,
and AI.
And an AI. Well, ChatGPT more specifically.
Yes.
But, I haven't been using ChatGPT as much recently. I kind of more so use it as like kind of like quick one-offs. It's not,
dude. We are gonna move crypto to chat. That will be the interface for Web3, dude. That is it.
ChatGPT is the entire
dude.
Interface.
Oh yes. I am like, that is in the pipe. That is it.
All right, you seem very excited. So we're gonna have to talk about this after the presentation.
Oh yeah. It's so really what it is for GoGoPool is you log into chat and you say to chat, like, I want to run a subnet via GoGoPool. I want it to do these features. I want these people to validate, and I want this to be the network topology. Like all of the things are specified right there.
Oh, I see where you're going with it, and I like where you're going with it. I like where you're going with it a lot. Nathan's always very forward thinking, everybody. That's why we enjoy him very, very much. And on today's agenda, my friends, we have what is content creation. We're going to go over why it's important. We're going to go over how to approach the content creation process, setting up a marketing vision, how to do content analysis, and then making the overall content plan. So first up, why is it important? Creating content encourages your community to share and promote your brand. Imagine your community helping to promote and share your brand so that you don't have to do all of the heavy lifting. So a very, very great example here is with the hunting party gaming event that we did with the UPAs as well as many other AVAX NFT projects. What we did was we got a bunch of us together, Freddy Fish, the UPAs, the Rippers, Small Appas, and we had a gaming event where every hour you can play a game, get points, et cetera, et cetera. But also what we did is we had every single team make a bunch of memes specifically for their team so that there can be a huge meme war. Now, what this did is now there's all these, as you can see, in the image here, there's a picture of the GoGo kind of zapping up the 30 fish. But now there's all these different images of GoGoPool being promoted in the Twitter sphere that also have a possibility of virality, specifically because of this meme event. And it's just an example of you not having to do the heavy lifting, but you giving your community the assets that they need so that they can share and promote your brand for you. Going on. Also, it helps people trust your brand. So each piece of content is going to generate valuable brand equity because you are providing value to your community. And brand equity is just how your community sees your brand. So case in point here, whenever we had an AVAX quarterly review that I helped organize, as well as Nathan here as well. And we had Patrick O'Grady come on, and he talked about some of the innovations in Avalanche that happened in Q1. I then took the recorded space of that and then started making clips of Patrick talking at our AVAX quarterly review. Now, what that did is that allowed people to see very important alpha, let's say, about subnets and the different innovations happening. So now they're getting value from my brand. So they have more of a reason to come back to, let's say, GoGoPool's website or GoGoPool's Twitter moving forward, or to work with us.
Yep. Also, just a point, just to go back to the game that you guys did, the previous one.
Yeah.
That was such a cool, simple game. Like, I don't know how many people listening actually participated in it. But it was a super easy hunting game. Like, I played it with my wife. It's super easy to do, and it's a great way to explain like the complicated thing of subnets.
Yeah.
So these guys did a great job of pumping the game, getting people a very easy way to play, and then like downloading the memes, which was part of your team. So you got a random team assignment, then you got all the memes where you could talk trash. And so they gave you kind of the tools to get involved and compete.
Yeah, and appreciate you for saying that, Nathan. And to everyone out there as well, like when you see this is a meme, right? Like this was fun for me. You know, so we can always have a little bit of fun with our brand as well. Just want to, case in point, we're building very boring subnet tools, right?
Like we are nerds in banking, decentralized banking.
We are nerds in banking, So let's have a little bit of fun, being the nerds we are. And let's make these things a little bit more fun. Another thing that it helps is it engages with your brand. It helps you engage with your brand. Well, it helps your community engage with the brand. Goodness gracious, I could not get that out. So some pieces of content can help start conversations or even engage the creativity of your community. Some of the examples being some of the promos that are starting conversations. Now, in this specific picture here, we can see one of the ecosystem space promos. It's just, typical regular promo, but in the tweet, it says something about NFTs. It says a specific statement that NFTs are seen as copy-paste art. Now, and then it went over, what we'll be talking about in the space. Now, people then started commenting their opinion on NFTs underneath this post as a result of that tweet, of that piece of content. And then you can see that this person here saying, I think these NFTs also have something important, and that is personality. I want to learn more about UPA. I will look forward to the space, whatever it's saying. I can't read that, man. It's too small. The lettering is too small on my end. Oh, there you go. There's a full screen button. Let's go. But anyway, so in that specific tweet as well, it went, kind of viral in itself. It had like 7 likes, a couple retweets. So now that tweet is also getting on other people's profile. So then they click on it and then they see our post and they see our brand, and then they can start engaging with our brand as well. So like I said, these conversations encourage Twitter to promote our content to a wider audience, creating more conversations in a flywheel. Now, the other thing we're going to talk about is algorithms, right? Twitter has changed up their algorithm to weight replies and replies to replies as very important. And so when it sees that on a tweet, it pushes that tweet out to more people. Now, remember, every single one of your tweets can go viral if Twitter just decides to push you. So you got to do everything in your power to ensure that you are creating content that people can push, your community can push and engage with, which will thus make Twitter push and engage with it, which then makes this flywheel of more people engage with it. You guys get it. You guys get it. So it also helps. This thing is, there we go.
So the other cool thing that you guys have built around like a boring idea of a subnet is a character, right? You have like a dude or a dudette, or you have this thing called GoGo, which is like the brand, right?
Yeah, the GoGo. We thought that was very, very important. You know, just having something that can kind of personify.
Yeah, we did the same approach with Landslide. We have a dog that's a surfing dog that surfs a landslide. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what you want. You want something that can personify the brand so that people can kind of, you know, actually kind of have its own personality. That
right, because the only thing that matters is the meme, right? Is it Doge? Like we think about like what you're competing with, which is like you know, Mr. Beast at $1 million, you know, craziness. You're basically competing not with other crypto projects. You're competing with like the craziness of like the regular news cycle.
Exactly. And so we're going to go into a little bit more about why it's also a little bit more important here. When you're creating content, it's going to improve your customer acquisition funnels. It's going to build a community surrounding your brand. Remember, we talked about personification and creating a personality around your brand. You don't want to just be some generic product that people use. You want people to be like, I like the personality of this brand. I want people to say, I love this GoGo character. So that's the reason why I decided to click on your website. You know, it helps generate revenue, again, from customer acquisition funnels or from building your brand in the community so that you can get more partnerships that can help generate more revenue for you.
Yep.
It also helps generate brand awareness and brand equity. And then I just kind of define brand awareness. It's just how familiar your community is with your brand. So when you see billboards on an expressway, that's them trying to build brand awareness. Brand equity, how your community perceives your brand. So if the billboard on the expressway is of Under Armour and it's one of those funny ads that they have, because you know Under Armour has like the funniest ads in the world, they want their brand to be perceived in a comical way. They're building their brand equity in that way. That's the value that they're bringing to their consumer. Let's see. Let's keep on going. And so here's just a TeamGoGo example. So during the hunting party event, each team had hashtags. We had TeamGoGo, Team First, Team Hoopa, et cetera, et cetera. And each one had their corresponding memes, as you can see in the presentation image. That is an actual meme that I had made from like a 300 scene. And what this did was it created a lot of share power within our community with this specific campaign. And I also wanted to focus a little bit on the lore that I put in there as content. Because remember, content isn't just videos and images. It could be pieces like this where there's lore, where every single day I would get up and I would make a war speech in the style of like I forgot the guy's name from 300, but yeah, in his style.
You can do it now with GPT.
Oh, you already know I was doing it with GPT. Come on. Great. So every day I'm getting up and I'm making these, I'm making this lore and it eventually became something that my team actually looked forward to. But beyond that, it created a unique way for them to engage with my brand, because now they're not just playing some hunting party flash game, they're in a war.
Right.
I'm General Breevie.
Come on.
Completely different mindset. And it was really fun to kind of see people start kind of falling in line with that mindset, calling me the general, saying, hey, we need more troops on the front line, hopping into other people's discords and saying, hey, we're going behind enemy lines, and then stealing intel, different things like that.
I'd like to point out that from the perspective of GoGoPool, like you guys have been building up to launch this whole time. I'd like to point out that like even though GoGoPool's not live, you get the sense that it's live because it's engaging as a community, preparing for the Messiah to arrive at mainnet.
Dude, I love that you noticed that, Nathan, because I feel like a lot of times, sometimes projects, they don't market until the product has come out.
That is such a mistake.
Yeah, huge mistake. Huge mistake.
The reason that the subnet series is going on at all is because I realized that not everyone could go to the Avalanche Summit. So I wanted to create hype for the summit. A great way to do that is to just do it virtually and just rebrand it differently and hype the summit.
Yep. And dude, I love what you've done, bro. Like you've created a situation to where, people who could not get involved with Summit can still feel, a part of the community and still get a lot of the alpha that's going to be happening.
Yeah, and I think we should just extend the subnet summit series because there's like 1,000 subnets in testnet. It's like we got to keep going.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Dude, we can't stop, won't stop, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
Introduce, great. Here we go. This is human culture. Introducing MadeUp Games,
dude. So throughout this presentation, I'm gonna be building we're gonna build a content plan for MadeUp Games.
What is MadeUp Games, dude?
MadeUp Games. See, I love that next bullet point. MadeUp Games is creating a Web3 battle royale that also allows you to buy, sell, and make NFT skins. They have less than 100 followers on Twitter, and they're trying to build a community of content creators and gamers. So throughout the rest of the presentation, we're going to talk about like how to approach content creation, everything like that. But we're going to tie it in with real world examples like MadeUp Games. We're just going to make this content plan together.
Wait. So this isn't a real thing?
No, MadeUp Games is made up.
But it's made up. Are we doing this? Is this a hat on a hat? Like on a hat?
It's Inception.
Okay.
So first things first, how to approach content creation. First thing you're going to do is set up marketing vision. This is so important. So setting a marketing vision is important because it creates the future you like to imagine for your company. Whenever you create content, you're able to look at this future from perspective. And I used the example for myself when I came into GoGoPool, which was every time someone thinks subnets, they think GoGoPool.
Yep.
So now whenever I was creating content or thinking about events or any way that we can market for ourselves, I thought through that perspective. That's why things like AVAX ecosystem space came about, because I wanted to create a space to where we can have a bunch of subnets come on and talk, and we can create a community to where anytime they think subnets and they think about getting information about subnets, they think about coming to GoGoPool for that information. So another question to ask yourself when you're making this marketing vision is, if everything was to go right, what do you want to see? And for GoGoPool, that's every time someone thinks subnets, it's GoGoPool immediately. And so with MadeUp Games, remember, MadeUp Games making a battle royale, and they want to create a community of gamers and content creators. Now that's important. That they're not saying that they just want a community of gamers, but they also want content creators as well. So for their marketing vision, I put top gamers and content creators see MadeUp Games as the best way to live a fun and abundant life.
Wow. You're really selling it there, dude.
You see me?
Wow. You got me on that.
Now, throughout the rest of this presentation, and just for a trial, which is was not the right word, but just for a trial for yourself, as we go through this presentation, I want you to kind of try and brainstorm things for MadeUp Games so that you can start thinking of. And chat
is so into this. GPT is so into this. If you haven't done auto GPT, that like forms agents that comes back, you can give all these tasks to GPT and it'll loop and create them itself.
Never forget ChatGPT, my friends. It is your friend to the end. Now, the big question here. This is the probably most important question. If you don't take anything from this presentation, please just take this question, and that is, how can I add value to my community? So when I first came into AVAX and I first started trying to learn about subnets, for one thing, again, Terra Luna Maxi to the fullest. I cared about nothing else in this space. So when I came to Avalanche, this was just like boom, like I had no idea what was going on whatsoever. So I'm trying to learn about the tech, and it was really seeming like content-wise, the only thing out there were a lot of docs, the typical nerdy developer docs that we see on avalanche.com. And then the typical, this coin is going to 10x type of content, which is nonsense and should never be watched. And so I noticed as soon as I came into the community, I asked myself, how can I add value to this community? And that was through content about subnets. There's not a lot of content about subnets being talked about in an easy way, and in different forms of content, i.e. videos, different forms of media, the articles that we've done, where we've done ultimate guides to subnets, where we literally broke down subnets completely in one article. And you read that article, boom, you're a subnet expert. I wouldn't say an expert, but you know a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to link that.
Yeah. It's called The Ultimate Guide to Subnets. If you type that in Google, it should pop up. So let's kind of put our thoughts on MadeUp Games here. Remember, the big question, how can I add value to my community? And this is a question, you're not going to ask this question once and then it's set and forget. You're going to ask this question anytime you even think about wanting a piece of content, anytime you think about digital marketing or regular marketing or going to Avalanche Summit, anytime you're going to ask this question, how can I add value to my community? And in the case of MadeUp Games needs to create the content that they would like to see their community make. Now, what this does is if I'm GoGoPool and I create a bunch of GoGoPool branded content, now people see what our brand and feel is like, and it can be inspired by that brand and feel. And then they can start creating content that is similar or has an inspiration from that content. Now, with MadeUp Games, we had to reformulate the question just a little bit. We had to ask, how can they add value to artists making NFT skins? How do you do it? And so I came up with a few examples. I still want you to do your brainstorm in your head, but I'm going to give you the example that I came up with. And it's skin of the week. So this would be every single week on their Twitter, MadeUp Games is going to promote the top skin and the top developer who developed that skin on their Twitter profile. Now, what this is going to do, this is going to showcase the most popular NFT skin in the game. So that's fantastic. So their regular audience,
I would say they should have skin in the game as the meme.
Oh, wow. That's fire.
That's it, dude. That's their meme.
Have to have skin in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
they're gonna hire us. They're gonna hire us straight up off this video, dude.
Yes, MadeUp Games is gonna hire us to be MadeUp CEOs.
Yeah.
So this it's gonna show their content creator community that if they build something great, MadeUp Games will promote them. This is important. It's something that we do a lot here at GoGoPool as well. When we see people who make threads about GoGoPool, we retweet them. We reply, we engage with them. We want them to feel seen, and we want them to know that their content matters and is valued. And we want to do that. Why? Because if they feel valued, then they will continue to create more content.
The
It
AI knows this. This is
the AI
this
knows.
is
It also gives the skin creators a goal to attain. So I can either pop in and just be creating skins, and my goal is, oh, I hope I make some abstract amount of money. Or I can now have this new goal as a skin creator, as I want to be the most popular skin in the game so that I can be showcased during the week. Let's head on to the next slide, my friends. Let's go over content analysis. So you can find a lot of inspiration by just looking at what the rest of the market is doing. You can analyze what your closest competitor is doing on all social platforms, what's working for them, what's not working. Is their community calling for other pieces of content? And if you want to know the answer to that, all you need to do is just look in their comments, look in their replies. If you go on YouTube, just look in the replies. And, typically people will be like, they'll start asking questions in there. And if they're asking a question in there, that means that they want to answer. And that means that you can make a piece of content about that answer. Another good way for doing content analysis is by using Quora.com. So you can go on there and you can look at what kind of questions are being asked in your industry. And then how can you answer? And then you can think about how you can answer these questions. Remember, how can I add value to my community? Meaning, how can I answer this question? Because they got a question. If I answer it right, then boom, I just got brand equity in their eyes and brand awareness. Right? So MadeUp Games chose to analyze Fortnite. And now let's go over to MadeUp Games' content plan. So first up, their marketing vision. Top gamers and content creators see MadeUp Games as the best way to live a fun and abundant life. How can they add value to their community? MadeUp Games is creating not only a game, but a community. In order to create a community, they need to feel heard and like their work is valued. So that's when I came up with Skin of the Week, Streamer of the Week, and Top Play of the Day. Skin of the Week, we spoke about that earlier. Streamer of the Week allows for content creators who are doing like YouTube content, video content, Twitch streaming. It allows for them to be incentivized to create content for MadeUp Games. Remember, we want the community to kind of do some heavy lifting for us on the marketing. So we're thinking of ways to have them do it for us. Now, also, Top Play of the Day. Top Play of the Day, this is kind of be targeted towards your more gamer community. I don't know if anyone's a gamer out there, but I sure am. And I watch a lot of video games on YouTube, like a whole lot of gameplay content and commentary content. So when you have these top plays of the day, this is something that adds value to people like me who just simply want to watch the game, man. So MadeUp Games community is also patiently waiting for their release. So they'd love to see content that update them on the progress of development. So that's developer diaries. A lot of times with our different crypto projects, we develop behind the scenes. For example, with GoGoPool, you can go on our YouTube right now, and there's day in the life videos where you can where we went to Avalanche Creates and we went to San Diego and we filmed ourselves the whole time so that you can see the team interacting, having fun together, working on GoGoPool, so you can kind of be a part of the development and see where it's at in this development stage. Also, MadeUp Games thought time lapses of a section of the game map being made. Again, your community wants to be updated on the progress of your development. Even small things like you running a subnet and you clicking the run button. Like, I don't know if there's a run button. I'm not a dev.
We had a run button. It was just on.
See?
We did it with Ash. Run.
A 3-second video of you clicking the run button. And next thing you know, your whole community is now informed that you officially launched your subnet on Fuji. They visually seen you.
Patrick O'Grady did that with Hyper SDK.
Patrick O'Grady is a great example. He does a
He did
lot
that.
of great like developer type content where it's him like coding and different things like that. Excellent example. And then also sneak peeks of character models. Again, your community wants to be there with you every single step of the way through the entire design process. I think a good example of this is kind of with Sausagers, where Will Patterson is just tweeting out all of their different work in progress of the art constantly. That's, he has not figured out how that they haven't fully figured out what they want that art to be, but they're letting you in on the process so that you can see the progress. It's amazing. And let's see here. And then we did a Quora analysis as well. So I just went on Quora and I typed in Web3 gaming. And someone asked, how do developers monetize Web3 gaming? So based off this post, MadeUp Games chose to make a blog post about how to develop a skin and trade it via their platform, right? Directly answering that specific question that is clearly a big question. If you go on Quora, then you'll see it as a top question, something that you want to answer for your community, and is a great piece of content that they will then share. It's added value to them. They may think it's adds value to other people, so they share it. Let's keep on going here. And then MadeUp Games, of course, did their content analysis on Fortnite. So, and when we say content analysis, MadeUp Games went on their Twitter and went on YouTube and typed in Fortnite and just looked at the different things, different pieces of content that were being created. And based off that, we said in-game events trailers are showcasing the environment would be super fire. Gameplay videos of new upgrades to maps and weapons. So in other words, if there's going to be a new weapon that comes out, quick video of a person running around shooting it. It could be an 8-second video. Also, a real quick tip. You want to try to keep these things under like 60 seconds. You really, really do. And if you can keep it under 30, even better. Gameplay videos of new skins. Again, person in a new skin just running around. MadeUp Games can also add this to their skin of the week. Each skin of the week, quick gameplay video. The person just running around shooting things in that skin. It promotes the skin. It promotes the person developing the skin, and it promotes MadeUp Games brand. And it helps the person who made the skin feel valued so that they make more skins.
I would also add that they can newsjack some of these tweets that they're getting in. So very early on, like the way we built a ton of followers was we commented on hilariously we commented on Do Kwon's tweets just nonstop, that we were bringing Terra into, because it's a Cosmos based platform, into Avalanche. So one of the ways we like MadeUp Games could build a ton of followers is find those influencers who are building in their space and comment constantly on their threads.
That's an excellent point, Nathan. Like engaging with the community, right? Like that draws attention to the brand as well. Love that. And here are some helpful tools for you folks along the way. Again, I use every single one of these tools probably on like a daily basis. Starting off with Canva. I use Figma a lot now, but I wanted to give you guys Canva because Canva is very, very easy tool. They have a lot of templates. You can pretty much go on there, and if you're looking to make a Twitter post, you can type in Twitter posts, and they have templates of Twitter posts for you. And then you can just kind of fill in with your copy, your different assets, and et cetera from there. So it makes it really, really easy for you to create professional designs. Next is Veed. Veed is a video editor, and it helps with auto subtitles. So if you've ever been to GoGoPool and you've seen those promo videos we put out, I make all of that in Veed. All you have to do is you take let's say if you had a Twitter space, you can take the recorded Twitter space. You can take the MP3 from that, put it in Veed. It'll do the auto subtitles for you. And then you can make a background in Canva. Put your logo at the bottom somewhere, anywhere. Put a picture of the person. And then, boom, now they're talking. Now they're talking. You got subtitles. You got a promo video that's pointing out alpha and giving value to your community. And these things you can shell out very, very, very quickly. Nathan, you listening?
Yes, sir. I got it. I got the notes.
Giving out the sauce here, bro.
I know it's a real deal. I put it right in.
Also for Twitter Space, Twitter's terrible. We all know this. And you can't just easily download the MP3 for no reason whatsoever. It makes no sense. So there is a site, and I didn't put that on there, and that's my mistake, where you can download your Twitter Space. If you're listening, just please write this down. It's called Audio Labs. Audio Labs. All you do is take that link, you'll post it in there, put your email, they'll send you the download link. Very, very easy. But you can take that download and you can put it into Descript, which is a text video editor. Love Descript.
Yeah, Descript is great.
Dude, it's amazing.
Yep.
And for the people out there, so Descript, you'll take that MP3, it'll fully auto subtitle everything, but also allow you to edit the video using the text.
Yep.
Now, just to kind of give you an example, like, should I just here? I can just share my phone. I'll just share my screen, dude. Hold on 1 second. This was not a part of the presentation, but I'm realizing like this could be a really, really good tool for you folks. So I really, really want to show you guys this. Share the screen. Just gonna share a window. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see all the infinite U's? Did you say yes? I don't know why I can't.
Sorry,
hear.
yes. Sorry, yes.
Oh, dude, it was tweaking me out.
My bad.
I was like, I don't know why I can't hear him. Can you see Descript right now?
No, you're still tiled.
Goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. So it's got to be share screen, entire screen. There we go. Screen one.
Yeah, you can't share applications. Sorry.
No worries. You got it? Can you see?
You're tiled. There you go. Yeah. We can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So this is Descript, everybody. So this is GoGoPool's town hall that we did. All I did was upload this. You can upload MP4s as well, videos. All I did was upload this. It spit out all the text of it, every single bit. And now the cool thing is instead of me having to, let's say, like watch the video for clips, what I can do is if I'm looking for clips for subnets, I can just type Control F. That's for the find subnet. And then, of course, for this example, they don't have any images. It doesn't say subnet once, apparently. But boom, AVAX.
Nice.
And so now I see a portion where I say AVAX. I can listen back on the clip.
Just earn AVAX second words, the main chain.
Cool. I like this.
AVAX second words.
Cool. I like this clip. So now I can literally copy. I can literally just select, and then I can hit delete, and it'll delete all this, and it'll edit the clip for me. It's super dope.
You can even like take out you can take out words. It's amazing, like filler words. It's great.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like it's when you make those promo videos, Nathan, if you make it without Descript, you will understand.
Oh, I agree. I did Descript years ago, like for Blockwatch, like podcast stuff. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. And then, of course, we want a tool for project management as well. So, if we're working with a team, let's say if you're not necessarily like a video editor and you decide to hire a video editor, you'll want like some sort of project management tool so you can kind of keep track of progress and things like that. Our team uses Asana. I think it does an absolutely amazing job. It integrates with a lot of apps like Figma and Slack and things like that. So it makes kind of working between those different applications very, very easy. And then on top of that, it gives you a bunch of different ways to look at your tasks. Like you can look at it in a list view, you can look at it in a calendar view. You can, it's just very, very thorough and highly, highly recommended as a project management tool.
So we're coming up on the hour here, Breevie. I want to give you plenty of time to promote GoGoPool work outside of content.
Yeah. And that's perfect. They just said that. Questions.
Great. Here we go.
If anyone has any questions, feel free, throw them on in the chat and I'll answer them. Until then, I will start promoting you.
Great.
So GoGoPool is launching very, very soon. Can I tell you how soon? Nope. But can I tell you it's like way sooner than you even thinking right now?
Great.
We're doing almost like a stealthy launch. It's kind of fire in a way. It's like we're launching how J. Cole launched one of his albums right now. So
I mean, yes and no. You've been doing like a lot of promotion, so
oh yeah. Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah, we've been doing promotion. So yeah, I guess but specifically on the GoGoPool side of things, we're going to have a lot of great things coming up. We're going to be going to Summit, and we're going to have 2 different events at Summit. We're going to have a demo at Summit of a piece of tooling that we're building right now. I can't talk too much about the tooling, but what I can say is it's going to make it very, very easy for you to spin up a validator. Even a pleb like me is going to be able to spin up a validator for like half the cost. Again, so you know how GoGoPool does. And for anyone out here who doesn't know, what GoGoPool is and what we do, we are a decentralized liquid staking protocol with the specific vision of expanding the subnet economy. We do that in a multitude of ways. One of which is by lowering the barriers to entry of building a subnet. So that's monetarily, we make it cheaper for you to run validators, not only run a validator, but completely spin up a validator. We make it cheaper to do that. And then on top of that, we are also building out tooling to create the WordPress moment in Web3. And what that means is the same way that WordPress, I can go on WordPress right now, and there's a bunch of developer tooling and plugins, and without really any knowledge of website building whatsoever, I can go in and fully build out a website with all the different plugins. I can just plug and play. That is exactly what we are building right now for subnets. We expect a future where institutions, games, DeFi projects can very easily plug and play, build a subnet, launch your app chain within like a couple hours, same way that you can do that on WordPress. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's what we do, baby.
Great. What do you want to see? Like, as someone who works there, what subnets do you want to see launch on GoGoPool?
All of them.
broad MadeUp subnets.
I want MadeUp games for sure.
Can you talk about who is going to deploy subnets there?
Nah.
Okay,
well, I can talk about what we have deployed.
Okay, can you talk about industries that you'd like to deploy there?
I could talk about industries. Like, for me, I mean, I'm a gamer. So, I would love to see a bunch of games launching through GoGoPool. And we're already seeing examples of that with the Hunting Party, a gaming event that we did, which was a huge success and just kind of showcased subnets in a fun way, right? Like, the cool thing about the game was you popped on, you hit connect MetaMask wallet, it connected, and then you were able to play a very fun flash game where you can hunt game and collect points and have the chance for winning rewards. But, it also showcased subnet technology. All that was working in the background. Me as a user, I didn't have to worry about any of that. It was all gasless transactions. And it just kind of shows, what the future can be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'd like to see, permissioned finance, like KYC finance, like what we saw with Spruce and Evergreen on the institutional side. I'd like to see that kind of stuff go through GoGoPool. I'd like to see
the NASDAQ go through GoGoPool.
The specific NASDAQ, yes.
Yes, literally the NASDAQ.
Yes. they are actually spinning up. They got some new licensing to custody crypto. So they, whatever is going on with the regulation, they're still in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it's so funny how like regulators seem so against crypto, but everyone is building out some crypto stuff in the background.
Yeah, that's right. Like, everyone talks out of both sides of their mouth.
Yeah, everyone does.
Are there closing thoughts you'd like to have people take away from this?
If you don't take away like literally anything from this,
drop dead.
Drop dead. But then also, I want people, how can I add value to my community? Like all this other thing, everything else, is neither here nor there. It's great information. But if you just start with that question, then you will go so far. And that's all I got. Oh, follow me at Breevie Got Rex, man.
Right, let me give the.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me. Bam. I got it in the slide.
Here.
Anyway, follow me at Breevie Got Wrecked. There it is. Bam. Follow me at Breevie Got Wrecked. Yeah, and watch and keep a lookout for GoGoPool, because we are going to basically put a fire in the subnets.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to it, man. We'll stay in touch.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, Nathan. Have a great rest of the day, my friend.
Thank you. You too. Stay safe. Peace.
Peace.